welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, I want to give a little trigger warning because today's video is going to cover topics that may not be suitable for all viewers, and some topics may be a little bit triggering. Please just keep in mind as we move through the video that some of these topics may be really triggering for people, and I want to give you the chance to click away now if that's not something that you want to see. Now that we have that out of the way, I would like to introduce you all to Zoelle Putman. Zoelle is a sim that I have been playing with off camera now for, I don't know, a while. I've been playing her since she was a teenager, and there's a couple of people in Zoelle's life that are pretty important that I need to introduce you to. So obviously this is Zoelle, and then I'll go ahead and pull up her family tree so I can show you her parents. So this is her dad, Christopher Putman, and her mother, Deborah. They live in Copperdale, and she is currently dating this guy. His name is Levi. And Levi is hot-headed, mean, and an overachiever. He is currently an athlete, and they have been together since probably their sophomore year of high school. This is Dane Anders. Now, she has known Dane since she was a child. They have been best friends for most of their life. Dane is one of the only constants that Zoelle has ever really had in her life, and he is one of her best friends, and he means so much to her. This is Alexis, and she is also one of Zoelle's very best friends. Her and Alexis are very close. They talk all the time. Alexis has a key to their apartment, that kind of thing. And then this is her friend Kaori. She's also pretty good friends with Kaori. Now this is Robin Anders. This is Dane's mother. This is Aubrey Reeves. Now Aubrey is Levi's, well, they were never really together, but Levi cheated on Zoelle with Aubrey. Zoelle does not know that Levi has cheated on her. She just knows that Aubrey has never liked her, and has always been very rude to her, and she's not really sure why. But the reason why is because Levi is still currently carrying on a relationship with Aubrey outside of his relationship with Zoelle. Now, Levi is also a very self-absorbed sim. He is very much a narcissist. He's very controlling. He does not allow Zoelle to really do anything or go anywhere. Zoelle stays here in their little apartment in Evergreen Harbor all the time. She never really leaves. The only thing she has is her little tablet thing, and she writes. This is the only thing that she has as kind of an outlet. And so her writing is very important to her. Levi is the only one that works, and so he expects that Zoelle will keep the house clean and make sure that there's, food on the table when he gets home and stuff like that. He is actually on his way to visit Aubrey, and you guys can obviously tell that Aubrey is very pregnant. And the belly is a bellion. But that is his baby. He has every intention of being there for Aubrey and the baby, and he does not plan on abandoning them whatsoever, but he also knows that he's going to have to work very hard to keep this a secret from Zoelle. So one of the first things that I want to do is I want to take them into Newcrest because Aubrey and Levi actually have plans to hit up one of the little, where is it? Oh, here it is, the Paramount Grill. So they had plans to meet up for dinner tonight. Now, what they don't know is that Zoelle has made some plans of her own for this evening. Now, when Levi got home this evening, he once again expected Zoelle to have dinner on the table ready for him. And when she didn't, he blew up. They got into an all-out screaming match, and that's how she got the big red mark on her face that you guys saw earlier. That was from Levi. And so he grabbed some leftovers out of the fridge and quickly ate them, and then headed over to Aubrey's house. So Levi and Aubrey are actually inside this same restaurant, but what he doesn't know is that Zoelle made plans to meet up with Alexis. She knew that Levi was leaving, and so she called Alexis and was like, I really need someone to talk to. Can you please meet me at this restaurant? And of course she said, yes, absolutely. And they're just kind of talking right now, and she's asking her like, oh my gosh, what happened to your face? Like, what in the world? And, you know, Zoelle, oh gosh, she's crying, and she's, you know, telling her, she was like, you know, Levi puts on an act. He's not the person that everybody thinks he is. And she's going to share a secret, and she's going to tell her basically what happened with Levi. And Alexis looks crushed, honestly. She looks so sad for her friend. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to have them go ahead and come inside. And Alexis is probably going to be like, come on, girl, let's go inside and sit down and have a drink, and we'll get it figured out, okay? We'll figure out what we need to do. So Zoelle is sitting here, and all of a sudden she sees Levi making out with this woman. And so I think what she's going to do is she's going to come over here, and she's going to be able to see them just kind of through this big partition here. And she sees that Aubrey is pregnant, and she is mad. She is so angry, and she's gonna tell Alexis. She's gonna come over, and she's gonna tell Alexis, she's like, oh my god, Alexis, that's Levi, and he's there with this random woman, and she's pregnant. I have to go. Like, I have to go home. I'm not going to make a scene here at the restaurant. I'm going to go home, and I'll figure something out. I'll call you, but I'll talk to Levi when he gets home. And Alexis is like, okay, girl, but like, be careful, call me if you need me. All right. So Zoelle has kind of just arrived home, and she's going to go in and use the restroom really quick. And I think she's just going to have some leftovers. She's really not in the mood to cook right now, so she's just going to grab some leftovers just so that she's not dealing with all of this on an empty stomach. And then I think she's just going to sit here, and she's going to wait for Levi to come home. Y'all, look at this girl's face. She is livid, and I don't blame her one bit, honestly. You know what they say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and scorned is one way to describe what has happened to Zoelle. So she heard Levi coming up the walk probably, and so she is going to come in here, and she is going to yell at him, and she's going to she's going to confront him about him cheating. She's like, Levi, how could you? Like, she's like, if you would have just kept your pants on, none of this would have happened. And he's like, listen, you're just not enough. I just need something more. She's like, Levi, we've been together since we were sophomores in high school. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I've been with Aubrey just as long. Oh, and I think that really hurt Zoelle to hear. I mean, of course it did. Levi and Zoelle now despise each other. Oh. So he is going to claim to have no regrets about his cheating. And he's going to tell her that the woohoo doesn't satisfy him. It's not Levi's fault that in the end, his partner and him don't get along that well in bed, but it still leaves him looking around for something else, hence the cheating. It's hard to make that make sense to his partner, though. And so he's just going to be really honest, and he's going to be like, you know, yeah, I sure did. I cheated, and here's why. And she's going to break up with him, and she's going to tell him, like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And so what she's going to do is she's going to separate from him permanently, because, you know, he cheated. And Levi, he's not going to take very kindly to this. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was awful. I'm not going to show that on camera because I think that's too much. But Zoelle is black and blue, and she's a mess. And so she's going to call her best friend. She's going to call Alexis. And Alexis is like, oh my God, yes, you need to come over right now. And so Zoelle is actually going to head over to their house right now. Okay, so Zoelle has just arrived at Dane and Alexis's house. And she's going to come in and just knock on the door. Oh, and look at Dane. Oh my gosh, he had the broken heart thing. And she's just going to go up, and she's just looking for a hug. She just needs someone to tell her that everything's going to be okay. And Dane's like, look, come in, lay down on the couch, take a nap, and, you know, we'll figure out what we have to do, okay? So Zoelle just woke up, and she was able to get herself kind of cleaned up last night. Thank goodness for Dane, because he was like, yes, come in, take a shower, you know, do whatever you have to do. And so now she's still feeling really angry, but she needs to go home because she needs to get her things. She is officially moving out, and she has to do it when Levi is not there, obviously. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to take her to the hospital and make sure that she gets checked out and make sure that everything is okay. But I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more of Noelle and Levi and Dane on the channel, you'll have to make sure that you leave a comment down below and let me know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here for now. So thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me today. If you're new to the channel, again, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, guys.